Race 9 on the program now. First race for the 250, 4-stroke junior light. Sponsored by Lindsay Civil. Out they come. Morgan and Jones. Birchall on the outside. It's going to be Jones. It's going to be Birchall. They come around the turn and Birchall gets the whole shot. Jones in second, Morgan in third, Rowe in fourth. Back out onto the start straight. Jones gets untidy. Birchall. Morgan second. Rowe. Waddell. Through the transponder for the first time. Birchall with a good lead. Morgan putting all the pressure on Michael Jones. Morgan makes the pass. Noel Morgan up to second. So it's Birchall from Morgan. Then it's Jones from Rowe. Then it's Waddell. Behind Waddell it's Brodie O'Mealy. 242, but Birchall up the mountain, almost on his own already. He starts to move away from Morgan and Jones. So Waddell up to fourth, Rowe in fifth place. Yeah, up into the paddock. Seth opening up that lead. They come along by the creek. Birchall. Race leader from Noel Morgan on the 228, followed by the 266. Brodie O'Mealy, followed by the 26. Zane Birchall. Zane followed by 32. Henry. Jack Henry, that is. Birchall's lead gets a little bigger the further we go. Kurt Ninnis on the 41 round left-hander, but Noel Morgan, Birchall tried to double into the corner there. He cased it hard, but he gave it a go. He might get the next one. Tried to double that little section there.
Just when you get a quiet moment, just a reminder the nippers are up again.
Yeah. They'll get the nippers to the start line. Nippers are up again after this race, so bring your nippers up to the dummy grid. So Seth Birchall, the race leader. Followed by Noel Morgan, Aidan Waddell, Cooper Rowe, Michael Jones, Brodie O'Mealy. They're on the floodplain, and Birchall about to hit the start straight again. Seth, the Yamaha Junior Factory rider, leading away from Noel Morgan. Yamaha all the way, 1, 2 and 3. And Waddell rounds up the Yamaha trifecta. We'll see if they can pull this one off for the finish. After Waddell, we got Cooper Rowe, Michael Jones, Rowie around that left-hander. The end of the main straight is a fast entry into that turn. Big braking bumps starting to form. Rowe holding on to a fourth place. See if, oh, he got it nicely, Seth Birchall. He's doubling that little entry into that turn. Cased it the first time, sorted it out. He's got it worked out nicely. No one else is doubling that section. Nobody. Check out the MX Open later and see if someone been watching and learning. Onto the field now. Seth Birchall's lead gets a little larger, a little bigger. Pretty well spread out now. Birchall in front. Noel Morgan. Followed by Waddell, Rowe, Jones and O'Mealy. Birchall completes another lap. Big scrub for Waddell over that tabletop onto the start straight. Followed by Rowe and Jones. Morgan pushing hard in second, can't close that gap. We've got Waddell as well, so that Yamaha threesome out front staying intact for the moment. Rowie, the only one with a chance to maybe split up that Yamaha brigade out front. Of Birchall, Morgan and Waddell. Payne Novak down the main straight on the 71, followed by Henry in the 80. Jack Roberts from the Balkan Mills Club down the main straight behind Jack, the 106. Jai Mackin across the top of the mountain. Jones back out into the field. Now, 3 Yamahas of Birchall, Morgan and Waddell holding the top 3 spots in the first moto of the junior 4-stroke lights. First moto of the day for these guys on these bikes. Birchall hits the roll off, cleans the goggles. Can't be getting too dirty out there, out in front. Noel Morgan. Still no last lap board, so a few laps to go. Morgan down the main straight, running in second. But there's way too much ground to make up on Birchall, your race leader. Waddell doing fine. Third, the Yamaha rider nicely placed there in third with Rowe in behind him on fourth. Jones in fifth. O'Mealy in sixth. Birchall doubling that. Little double on the side of the hill there. So it's causing him to slow up a little bit afterwards because he's running wide into the next entry. So he's got a bit of time up his sleeve, so maybe just having some fun out there. Back out into the open he goes. The race leader, lead. Unassailable. Surely it'll be a last lap board on the next run. Aidan Walker, another Borkham Hills Club rider, heading around past the finish line, completing another lap. Virtual down the start straight. He'll get the last lap board this time, so Seth Birchall gets onto his final lap now, and he will motor around, hopefully take a well-deserved win after he completes this final lap of the first moto Junior 4-stroke lights. Noel Morgan is in second place. He's got no pressure behind him. He won't catch Birchall out in front of him. He's just got to complete this moto. Good position for the first moto of the day. He can come across the line in second. Birchall again doubles that little jump. You can see he has to get hard on the brakes and do a sharp left-hander afterwards. So what he gains in one section, he loses in the next. Young Birchall down the end of the start straight. I mean the main straight. Get it right, Chris. They'll bar a couple on their final lap. As we see Seth now motoring his way through the grass fields. Through that twisty section into the final couple of turns now for Seth Birchall. Heading for his first win of the day on the 250. Checker is out. The YJR entry of Seth Birchall takes the win. First win of the day in the 250 4-stroke junior class. Noah Morgan will come across the line in second, 228, and behind him, rounding up a Yamaha trifecta for race one of the 250s. It's Aidan Waddell, who takes third ahead of Cooper Rowe in fourth place. And round up the top five, it'll be Michael Jones. So Birchall with a whole shot, the 250 4-stroke class, the junior 4-strokes. So number 27, Yamaha Junior, takes the lead early, ahead of Waddell in second, Jones in third, Novak in fourth. Down the main straight, the two Yamahas out front. Jones and Novak. Oscar Earl in fifth spot. Birchall's got that double nailed now, taking it every lap he can. Nice little combo across the top of the mountain. Jones, followed by Novak. Oh. I think that's Jack Roberts. Morgan went down in that first incident. I think that was Noel Morgan, right out the back now. Birchall still leading the way. Waddell with his best. So far he's up in second place, trying to stay with Seth Birchall, the race leader. So Birchall from Waddell, then it's Michael Jones, the Seth knockback rider, 266, running in third, behind Jonesy, Novak, on 71, that's Kane Novak, followed by 41. Kurt Dennis on that 41, in behind Kurt, is Oscar Earl. But Seth Birchall, race leader, ahead of Waddell and Jones. Track really formed up into a real motocross track now. If you've got a bit of time, you want to speak to one of the legends of motocross and one of the legends of this Dargle Farm track, go and see Stephen Gall himself. He's at the Gall's Medical Fit Shape. Go and have a chat to him about days gone by, or even about a good set of knee braces for your rider. But whatever the reason, go and pay a visit to Stephen Gall and say g'day to one of the best riders ever raced in Australia. So Seth's coming back around for another lap. The number 27, YJR entry, the Yamaha Junior Racing entry. Seth Birchall gets another lap completed from the front. Still running in second, another of the Yamaha riders, Aidan Waddell on the 505. Holding on to second place ahead of Michael Jones, 266. Behind Jones, our first place rider, Novak. Followed by Kurt Ninnis on the 41. There's Oscar Earl, the 60. O'Mealy, followed by the 921. Of Braithen McManus. Jack Roberts followed by Zane Birchall on the 26. The 240 machine. Aidan Walker. Double back to Rowie. Rowie's out the back, the 277. Cooper Rowe. All the way up the pointy end, he must have come down with Morgan in that first turn crash. Here comes Morgan now, trying to take that field down and get some points. Birchall on his own in the paddock. The race leader got a great lead over our second place rider, Aidan Waddell. Waddell on the 505 around the Alpine Stars left-hand turn, and on the back straight, coming to that tight section. Waddell still pushing hard, but it's Birchall who is way out front now. And Seth looking for his another win in this 250 class. Right, he goes down in front of our leader. Birchall still leads the way from Waddell and Jones. Novak, Ninnis and O'Mealy. Then Earl, McManus and the younger of the Birchall brothers, Zane Birchall. Across the top of the mountain, Jones holding on to third place with Birchall out in the paddock. Waddell heading into the paddock now. Still plenty of food available from our food vendors here at Dargle Farm. We've got pies, sausage rolls, hot dogs, cakes, cold drinks and ice creams and wood-fired pizzas. Get yourselves down there and order a pizza if you want something to eat. They won't be here all day, so be quick. If you want to get a pizza, go and order it now. Coffee truck's still there as well, the coffee barista. Waddell down the main straight. Birchall still your race leader on the 27. And he's got a good lead now as he goes through the valley. Jones, our third place rider, down the main straight. So spread out field now. Birchall well ahead of Waddell, and Waddell way out in front of Jones. Now our fourth place rider of Novak at 71. O'Mealy up to fifth place now. So O'Mealy got around Ninnis. Now he's got his sights set on Kane Novak. Earl and McManus, followed by Birchall. Noel Morgan, he still hasn't even caught the back of the field yet. Him and Rowie still out the back after a first corner mishap. Those two riders went down. This is the price they pay. Running right out the back of the field now. Down across the line again for another completed lap. Seth Birchall showing them how it's done on the Yamaha Junior team. Factory back junior rider. Waddell on the limiter. Down the main straight over that small ski jump. Used to be a massive big jump here in the middle of this park back in the Mr. Motocross days. And Gawley was winning races around here. Well, rider down in the middle of the valley over there in the soft stuff. Moaning and groaning, needs help over there. Novak down the main straight. Birchall back out into the open field. He's coming around this time to get the last lap board on the next pass. got it all to himself at the moment, Seth Birchall. The race leader hasn't got anyone even within sight of him at the moment. Here comes Waddell now, getting onto the back straight as Birchall heads down the start straight. He'll come around and get the final last lap board. The final lap board. So Birchall, the race leader from the Oakdale Club, on the number 27, the Yamaha Junior Racing Rider, sponsored by Rhino Power. Well into his final lap for this moto, take another win. He heads up over the mountain for the last time this race. Waddell running in second, about to come around and head up over the mountain as well. Birchall heading back towards us. He's catching Cooper, and Morgan makes a pass on Cooper in the final lap as Birchall will come round, jump out onto the start straight. A big scrub over the tabletop, head for the finish line. Seth Birchall will take another win on the Yamaha Junior Racing team. So a big win for Birchall, second place, about to come across the line now. Over he comes, Aidan Waddell will finish second for this moto. And Michael Jones with a few corners to go, he'll finish in the third spot. Of day one of round 5, the final round of the 2022 season of East Coast MX. So the final race of the year for the Junior 250 4-stroke lights on the line awaiting a start. Second board, up she goes. The Premier Junior class, out they come. Birchall again from the outside, a nice sweeping turn and a fast entry, gives him a whole shot. Once again, Seth Birchall. Like Morgan got through in second, Jones in third. Oh, Jones, a bit of a push and shove over there. Jones in third. O'Neilly in fourth. way through lap 1, it's Birchall who leads. From Noel Morgan in second on the 228 bike. Followed by Michael Jones, the 266. Behind Jonesy, Big O'Mealy. Nearly followed by Ninnis. Out onto the start straight. The race leader once again is Chef Birchall. And Noel Morgan, Michael Jones, Brody O'Mealy behind him. Ninnis on the 41. Kurt Ninnis, that is. So Ninnis, the 41. Running in 5th spot, behind him, number 7 of Travis Lindsay. Couple riders back then to the McManus on the 921. But still Birchall got it all to himself out front today. Across the mountain, your race leader, followed by Noel Morgan. Then it's Jones and O'Mealy, Michael and Brody. 85 of Hunter Jackson down the main straight. Kane Novak goes across the top of the mountain. Our leaders are down in the paddocks now. Birchall from Morgan and Jones. Birchall completes another lap. Novak comes around through that tight section there and he'll jump out onto the start track. Ninnis just ahead of him on the 41. O'Neilly down the main straight, 4th spot. Still Birchall leading from Morgan and Jones. O'Mealy followed by Ninnis and Novak. In behind Kane, the 26, Jane Birchall. By the 6, Oscar Earl, the Nowra Club. Earl followed by the 921, of Brayton McManus. Birchall heading up over the mountain, down the main straight, but the 106. Jai Mackin. No back numbers on a couple of riders, hard to call them. Ninnis will head his way up the mountain and over the top. Novak still chasing him. Birchall about to head onto the back straight again for another run through there. Morgan running in second place, the 228 machine, nicely placed there, can't really catch Birchall out front, no one pressuring him at the moment, so Noel Morgan holding on to that second place, Michael Jones in third, and Brodie O'Mealy running fourth, big jump down the main straight there for O'Mealy. Minutes 41 minutes around that Yamaha right hand turn. He's got Novak behind him. Jones and O'Mealy head up over the mountain. Birchall come back out into the open. So he'll jump onto the start straight again, Birchall. Down the main straight, your race leader, Seth Birchall, on the 27. YJR entry, the Yamaha Junior team. Jones, clean set of heels out here today. Morgan, Noel Morgan in second, Michael Jones in third, then it's Brodie O'Mealy for the top four. Top four have gone from the rest of the field. O'Mealy starting to put pressure on Michael Jones. Jonesy on the two. Birchall down the back straight, your second place rider, Noel Morgan gets onto the back straight now. Then it's Jones and O'Mealy putting pressure on Jones, trying to get a top three finish. O'Mealy still putting the pressure on Jones as they head down the main straight now. Birchall's out front. Noel Morgan's in second. No real contest for those two. But Michael Jones has got all the work to do. He's got Brodie O'Mealy on his tail. And they've still got a couple of laps to go. Jones takes one line, O'Mealy takes another line. O'Mealy now really starting to wind himself up, maybe try and set up passing position, but Jones takes off again, gapping across the top of the mountain. Well, mate, I thought I'd park it 5 metres off the track instead of 6 metres. $200, all right. On the back straight now, the second place rider, Noel Morgan. Jones got that little gap on top of the mountain and he managed to hold it and hold O'Mealy off. Seth coming round, he's on the last lap board still. Moto for things to happen. Morgan in second. Jones in third. O'Mealy in fourth. Like Ninnis in 5th place on the 41. Kurt Ninnis. So Birchall continuing his great run here today with Morgan also. Noel Morgan had a pretty good run here today as well. Morgan in second on the 228 bike. He's followed by Michael Jones, Brodie O'Mealy. Jones in the bright yellow gear is running in 3rd place. So Birchall with a massive lead now, the number 27, heading towards the last lap board. And he'll come around. This will be the final lap of the day here. Day 1, round 5. East Coast MX Series, Dargle Farm in the Hawkesbury Valley. Birchall continuing his way round as the race leader with Morgan in second, Noel Morgan, and then Michael Jones in third, Brodie O'Mealy in fourth. He's dropped off. Dropped that pressure off Michael Jones now, so Jones settle in for this final lap, not under too much pressure. Birchall about to head over the mountain in the overtaking lane. Noel Morgan holding on to second as he heads over the mountain for the last time today, along with Michael Jones in third, Brodie O'Mealy in fourth. Kurt Ninnis is in 5th place. I think 6, the 26 of Zane Birchall. Followed by young Novak, Kane, Oakdale riders all over the place here. Seth Birchall out front. Heading for the finish flag now, Seth. Onto the start straight for the final time. Heading towards the final corner. Seth Birchall, the Yamaha Junior Racing factory back Yamaha rider, takes another win, a clean sweep. Birchall with a win. Cross the line in second comes Noah Morgan. Great ride today from Noah. Michael Jones will get third. Brodie O'Mealy fourth. And that wraps us up here. The first day of our final round of racing for 2022 here at East Coast. We appreciate your patronage. I hope you all pick up your rubbish and put it in the bins and leave